Most of us take showers on autopilot. We turn on the water, grab the soap, and follow the same steps we've used for decades. But what if I told you that some of those everyday habits, especially after age 60, might be quietly working against your skin, your immunity, and even your hormone balance? Here's the truth. After menopause, your skin becomes thinner, more sensitive, and slower to repair itself. Estrogen plays a major role in skin hydration and elasticity, and once those levels drop, your body depends even more on how to care for it. That includes something as simple and as overlooked as your daily shower. Dermatologists from Mayo Clinic at UCLA have found that common routines, like hot showers or harsh soaps, can disrupt your skin's protective barrier. This increases dryness, irritation, and inflammation. And while these may seem like just skin issues, they actually reflect deeper biological stress affecting everything from your immune response to how comfortable you feel in your own body. This isn't about fear, it's about power. When you understand what's actually happening inside your skin and what to avoid, you gain the freedom to care for yourself with more intention. Small changes, like adjusting water temperature or changing how you apply moisturizer, can restore the glow, resilience, and comfort you may not have realized was missing. In this video, we'll go through 7 shower habits that are secretly harming women over 60. Every point is backed by science and real-life stories from women who've made simple shifts and seen big results. And habit number 4, most women are shocked to learn what it's really doing to their skin. So, if you want to protect your skin, feel more confident, and finally shower in a way that supports your body at this stage of life. For many women, a long, steamy shower feels like the ultimate comfort, especially on cold mornings or achy days. But after 60, this habit can quietly become one of the most damaging parts of your self-care routine. Here's why. Your skin is your largest organ and it's designed to protect you. But after menopause, it loses a critical layer of defense, natural lipids, or fats that keep moisture in and irritants out. Estrogen decline slows down sebum production, which is your skin's natural oil. The result, your skin becomes drier, more reactive, and more prone to inflammation. Now, add hot water to that equation. Hot showers strip away those remaining oils even faster. According to dermatologists at the Mayo Clinic, anything above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, begins to disrupt the skin's lipid barrier. That may not sound extreme, but most of us set our shower to 106 degrees Fahrenheit or higher without realizing it. And the longer you stay under that hot water, the more damage it does. Studies from Stanford University show that prolonged exposure to high temperatures doesn't just dry out the skin, it also activates inflammatory markers, including cytokines and histamine. This can lead to chronic itchiness, redness, and even flare-ups of conditions like eczema or rosacea, which become more common with age. This might sound dramatic, but it's not about fear, it's about awareness. You're not doing anything wrong, you're doing what's familiar, but now your skin is different. What worked at 40 doesn't work the same at 60. That's not a flaw. That's biology. Here's the good news. You don't have to give up comfort to protect your skin. Try this instead. Lower your shower temperature just slightly. Even dropping from 106 degrees Fahrenheit to 98 degrees Fahrenheit makes a difference. You'll still feel warmth, but you'll avoid lipid damage. Keep showers under 10 minutes. Dermatologists recommend 5 to 7 minutes as optimal. If you enjoy lingering, do it outside the water stream. Let your bathroom get steamy without direct exposure. Steam opens pores and softens skin, which is great. Just avoid direct hot water for extended periods. And don't underestimate how your nervous system responds to temperature. As we age, our sensory nerves become more sensitive to heat. That means the same shower that once relaxed you can now be overstimulating your skin's nerve endings, leading to that familiar tight, itchy feeling after drying off. If you often step out of the shower and feel like your skin is pulling or tingling, that's not dryness alone, that's your body signaling inflammation. Many women think they just need a better lotion. And while moisturizing is essential, it's not a full solution if the real problem started during the shower. One woman I spoke to, Linda, 66, shared how she always took 20-minute hot showers, thinking it helped her sore joints. But after she switched to warm water and shortened her time to 8 minutes, her skin stopped peeling and she didn't need to reapply lotion halfway through the day anymore. Her morning routine now feels just as soothing, but without the long-term skin stress. Let's also talk about a lesser-known benefit, immune support. Your skin barrier isn't just for moisture, it's part of your first line of defense against bacteria, viruses, and environmental toxins. When hot showers weaken that barrier, your immune system has to work harder to compensate. In women over 60, that adds a necessary strain to a system already dealing with hormonal and metabolic shifts. This is especially important if you live in dry climates or have autoimmune conditions. Protecting your skin means protecting your whole body, so let's reframe the habit. You're not giving something up, you're upgrading it. A warm, efficient, gentle shower can feel just as luxurious, especially when you realize it's supporting your skin, your nerves, and your long-term wellness. Add a soft towel, a calming scent, and a nourishing post-shower routine, and you've got a ritual that truly honors your stage of life. Have you ever imagined starting each day with more energy, health, and confidence? My special calendar, 365 Days of Health, Beauty, and Wisdom, has been carefully created with practical tips and daily inspirations that will transform your routine and renew your vitality after 50. Don't wait any longer to live your best days. Click the link pinned in the first comment to get your calendar now. Soap feels like the symbol of cleanliness. The more bubbles, the cleaner we feel, right? Not exactly. Especially after 60. Most women were taught from a young age that lathering up with a strong, fragrant soap was the right way to stay clean. But postmenopausal skin tells a different story. As estrogen levels decline, the skin's pH becomes more alkaline, its barrier becomes thinner, and its ability to retain moisture drops significantly. That means it's more vulnerable to even the smallest chemical imbalances. And soap, it's often one of the biggest culprits. Traditional bar soaps and many body washes are alkaline with pH levels between 9 and 10. Healthy skin, on the other hand, sits closer to 4.7 to 5.5. That slightly acidic environment is essential. It supports the skin's microbiome, helps enzymes function properly, and keeps moisture sealed in. When we raise that pH artificially with harsh soap, we don't just clean away dirt, we strip away protection. Dr. James Chun, a dermatologist and researcher in skin aging, explains that over-cleansing with alkaline soap disrupts the skin barrier, leading to increased transepidermal water loss to EWL, inflammation, and a microbial imbalance. In other words, you feel dry, itchy, and more prone to rashes not because your skin is sensitive, but because it's being overstripped. And the more soap you use, the worse it gets. Many women apply it to the entire body, arms, legs, chest, back, thinking that's necessary. But unless you're visibly dirty or sweating heavily, most areas don't require that level of cleansing. What should you do instead? Limit soap to key areas. Focus on underarms, groin, feet, and areas where sweat and bacteria naturally accumulate. The rest of your body can often be rinsed with warm water, especially if you shower daily. Switch to a gentle, pH-balanced cleanser. Look for the term SYNET on the label. It stands for synthetic detergent, but don't let that scare you. These are specifically formulated to match your skin's pH and preserve its protective barrier. Brands like Vanicream, Eucerin, and La Roche-Posay offer excellent fragrance-free options. Avoid heavily fragranced products. While they may smell nice, artificial scents are one of the most common triggers for allergic contact dermatitis and mature skin. Let's talk about the skin microbiome because this part is often overlooked. Your skin isn't just a barrier. It's a living ecosystem of bacteria, fungi, and microorganisms that protect you. When that ecosystem is healthy, it keeps harmful microbes out, regulates inflammation, and even communicates with your immune system. But when you use harsh soaps or overwash, you wipe out those beneficial organisms, leaving your skin more reactive, inflamed, and prone to infection. In women over 60, the microbiome becomes even more critical. Research from UCLA's Center for Human Microbiome Studies shows that mature skin has a harder time recovering its microbial balance after disruption. That means one harsh soap can leave your skin vulnerable for days. Real story: a viewer named Carla, 72, reached out and said she'd struggled with redness and flaking on her arms for over a year. Dermatologists gave her creams, but nothing helped. When she finally cut back on soap and switched to a scented wash, her arms cleared up in 3 weeks. The issue wasn't her skin, it was the daily stripping of its defenses. This is an emotional topic, too, because for many women, the ritual of soap is tied to self-worth. Clean skin feels like dignity, but here's the shift: gentleness doesn't mean neglect. It means honoring what your skin actually needs now, not what it needed at 30. And if you're wondering whether these changes really make a difference, yes, they do. Women who reduce soap usage and switch to pH-balanced cleansers often report softer skin within days, less itching and flaking, reduced need for heavy lotions, fewer rashes or allergic reactions. It's not about doing less. It's about doing what works better now. Let's get practical for a moment. Check your current soap or body wash. If it doesn't list pH or say pH-balanced, there's a good chance it's alkaline. And if fragrance is high on the ingredient list or if it makes your skin feel tight afterward, it's time to reconsider. A quick tip: when trying a new cleanser, give your skin 2 to 3 weeks to adjust. Avoid using exfoliants, acids, or astringents during that time, so you can really see what's working. And remember, your skin is alive. It's adapting every day. Your job isn't to fight it, it's to support it. Science from Dr. James Chun and UCLA real-life case Carla. 72. Shaving may seem like a small part of your shower routine, but after 60, it carries more risk than most women realize. Here's why. As estrogen declines, your skin becomes thinner, less elastic, and slower to heal. The fatty layer under the skin also decreases, which means there's less cushion protecting the blood vessels and nerves underneath. A quick pass with a razor, especially over delicate areas, can easily cause micro tears, small, invisible injuries that create openings for bacteria, inflammation, and long-term skin damage. And the areas we often shave, underarms, bikini line, lower legs, are already more vulnerable. They're warm, moist, and often covered, which creates the perfect conditions for folliculitis, a common but irritating condition where hair follicles become inflamed or infected. Dermatologists from Johns Hopkins warn that even women who never had problems with shaving in their 30s or 40s may start experiencing issues like razor bumps that last for days, skin discoloration in frequently shaved areas, lingering soreness, or burning after shaving, itching that worsens after applying deodorant or lotion. This doesn't mean you need to stop shaving altogether, but it does mean it's time to rethink how and where you shave. Let's break this down. 1. Avoid dry shaving, even in the shower. Many women assume that standing underwater is enough to soften hair. It's not. Hair shafts need at least 3 minutes of warm water and a proper shaving cream, not soap, to fully soften. Shaving without that prep causes more tugging, more skin trauma, and a higher chance of nicks, especially on thin skin. 2. Stop using dull blades. Razor blades dull quickly, especially if they're stored in damp conditions. Dull blades don't cut cleanly, they scrape, which increases the risk of razor burn and ingrown hairs. Replace blades every 5 to 7 shaves and let them dry completely between uses. 3. Reconsider shaving the bikini area. This is a sensitive topic. Some women feel more comfortable with less hair in the groin area, but shaving there after 60 often causes more irritation than it's worth. The skin is more absorbent, more reactive, and more prone to friction. If you prefer hair removal, consider alternatives like gentle trimming with an electric bikini trimmer, or professional waxing with a technician who understands mature skin. One woman, Denise, 69, shared that she used to shave her bikini line weekly until she developed recurring ingrown hairs that left dark spots and soreness. When she switched to trimming only, the irritation stopped entirely and her confidence actually increased. She realized it wasn't about being perfectly smooth. It was about feeling healthy and pain-free. Let's also talk about the underarm area. This zone is high friction, sweat glands, and often comes in contact with deodorants and tight clothing. Shaving here creates microcuts that can sting or lead to skin discoloration, especially if deodorant is applied right after. A good alternative: shave at night, after your shower, and apply a gentle, fragrance-free moisturizer. Give the skin time to calm down before adding any product. And for your legs, if your leg hair is thinned or stopped growing as it often does with age, you may not need to shave as often as you think. Check in with your routine. Are you doing it from habit or necessity? If you still prefer shaving, here are safer practices. Use a shaving gel or cream with aloe or oat extract. Avoid foam-style creams with strong perfumes or alcohols. Shave in the direction of hair growth, especially in areas prone to bumps. Rinse with cool water after shaving to close pores and calm the skin. Pat dry, then apply a barrier repair moisturizer. This helps rebuild the lipid layer you may have disturbed during shaving. Another point many overlook: after 60, your skin's immune response slows down. That means any break in the skin, no matter how tiny, takes longer to heal and is more prone to infection. That's why seemingly small irritations can become chronic. If you're experiencing recurring bumps or rough patches where you shave, your skin is giving you a message. It's not just about surface damage, it's about how your body is adjusting to this stage of life. There's no one right answer. The goal is to care for your body with clarity, not automatic routine. Have you ever imagined starting each day with more energy, health, and confidence? My special calendar, 365 Days of Health, Beauty, and Wisdom, has been carefully created with practical tips and daily inspirations that will transform your routine and renew your vitality after 50. Don't wait any longer to live your best days. Click the link pinned in the first comment to get your calendar now. Science from Johns Hopkins real-life story. Denise, 69, practical shaving advice. This one surprises almost everyone. We grow up hearing that scrubbing equals cleanliness, that a rough loofah, sponge, or exfoliating glove is how you really clean your body. But if you're over 60, scrubbing your skin like this could be doing far more harm than good. Here's why. With age, your skin becomes more fragile, not just on the surface, but deep into the dermis. You lose collagen, elastin, and fat padding. The nerve endings just below the skin become more reactive. This means friction that once felt invigorating can now cause micro damage, even if you don't see it immediately. Harsh scrubbing physically removes protective oils, damages your skin barrier, and disrupts the microbiome. But more importantly, it triggers your neuroimmune response and invisible chain reaction between the skin and the nervous system. Dermatologists from Harvard Medical School explain that overstimulation of skin nerves can lead to chronic inflammation, redness, and increased pigmentation. In other words, the more you scrub, the more your skin tries to defend itself. And that defense often shows up as the very things we want to avoid: rough patches, blotchiness, sensitivity, and dull tone. Let's look at the most common tools causing damage, stiff loofahs, especially when dry or synthetic. Nylon bath gloves or mixed-textured plastic sponges, marketed as exfoliators, old washcloths that trap bacteria. It's not just about texture, it's about technique. Scrubbing to hard or in circular, repetitive motions creates friction that skin over 60 doesn't tolerate well. Many women don't notice the problem right away. They think their skin is just naturally itchy, especially on the arms, thighs, or back. But very often, it's not the skin, it's the scrubber. A viewer named Maria, 64, had used the same exfoliating glove for years. She believed it kept her skin soft. But when she developed red patches and burning sensations even after moisturizing, her dermatologist traced it back to that glove. Once she stopped using it, her symptoms disappeared within days. The softness she thought was coming from exfoliation had actually been low-grade inflammation. And here's a deeper truth: mature skin sheds itself more slowly. That doesn't mean it needs help, it means it needs time and support. So what should you do instead? 1. Replace scrubbing with gentle cleansing. Use your hands or a soft cotton washcloth. You don't need rough textures to remove daily dirt or sweat. The shower's warm water already loosens surface debris. Your goal isn't abrasion, it's balance. 2. If you enjoy exfoliating, do it mindfully. Limit mechanical exfoliation like with a konjac sponge or very soft loofah to once a week. And never on areas where skin is thinning like the neck, chest, or inner arms. 3. Listen to your skin after the shower. If you feel tightness, stinging, or see redness after drying off, that's your skin telling you it's been overworked. Also worth noting, loofahs and bath sponges are bacteria magnets. When left in a warm, wet environment like a shower, they become breeding grounds for microbes that can enter your skin through microabrasion. This is especially risky for women with diabetes, autoimmunity, or slow wound healing, all more common after 60. So if you do keep a sponge in your routine, let it dry completely between uses. Replace it every 3 to 4 weeks. Clean it weekly with vinegar or hot water soak. But honestly, for most women over 60, gentle is better. Not because your skin is weak, but because it's already working hard to protect you. Your job is to support it, not challenge it. One shift that makes a big difference: treat your skin like silk, not leather. Silk needs light hands, cool water, and gentle care. It still gets clean, but it lasts longer, looks better, and stays strong when treated with respect. This isn't about being fragile, it's about being smart. Remember, skin at this stage of life reflects not just health, but your nervous system, your hormone balance, and your stress levels. The more you irritate it from the outside, the more internal stress it signals. Gentleness isn't indulgent, it's biological wisdom. Science from Harvard Medical School real-life story. Maria, 60, for neuroimmune explanation. It's one of the most overlooked parts of the shower routine and one of the most harmful. How you dry your body after a shower matters more than you think, especially after 60. Here's the issue. Most women dry off by rubbing briskly with a towel, just like they've done their whole lives. But aging skin doesn't tolerate friction the same way. The dermis, the deeper layer of the skin, loses collagen and elasticity with age. That means rubbing can actually create microtears, damage the skin barrier, and cause inflammation, even if you don't feel it in the moment. This gets even riskier in areas with folds or curves like under the breast, in the groin, between the toes, or behind the knees. If these areas aren't dried gently and thoroughly, moisture gets trapped. That creates the perfect environment for irritation, yeast overgrowth, or even skin breakdown. According to dermatologists from Johns Hopkins and UCLA, residual moisture, when combined with warmth and friction, increases the risk for conditions like intertrigo, a painful rash that develops in skin folds, fungal infections, especially in toes, and groin skin maceration, where the outer layer becomes soft, white, and prone to peeling. And yet, on the other side of the spectrum, over-drying, rubbing it hard, or using rough towels can strip the skin of its protective oils and worsen dryness. So, what's the right approach? 1. Pat, don't rub. Use a soft, absorbent towel and gently press it against the skin. Let the towel do the work, don't drag or scrub. Focus especially on thinner areas like the chest, neck, and inner arms. 2. Pay attention to folds and less visible areas. These spots are easy to miss, but they matter most. Under the breast, behind the knees, between toes, and under the belly are all prone to trap moisture. If needed, use a second clean towel just for these areas. 3. Avoid old, scratchy towels. Even if they feel clean, worn-out towels often become rough and less absorbent. Switch to towels made from soft cotton or bamboo and wash them frequently in fragrance-free detergent. Here's something many women don't realize. The act of drying off is your last chance to protect your skin barrier before the outside world hits. That means everything you do in that 60 seconds, from the pressure you use to how long you wait before moisturizing, makes a difference. A woman named Helen, 68, shared that she'd always dried off quickly and skipped over areas like behind her knees or between her toes. She began experiencing redness and peeling that her doctor originally thought was eczema. But once she changed her drying routine, patting dry, taking her time, and switching to softer towels, the irritation disappeared. It wasn't a skin condition, it was just poor drying. Let's also talk about timing. After you dry, you have a narrow window of about 3 to 5 minutes to apply moisturizer while your skin is still slightly damp. That's when your skin is most receptive to hydration and product absorption. Waiting too long allows water to evaporate, which dehydrates the skin even more. So, efficient drying isn't just about avoiding friction. It's about setting the stage for repair. And emotionally, this is a moment of reset. How you end your shower routine often sets the tone for the rest of your day. Imagine trading the old habit of rubbing yourself dry for one that feels more like self-respect: slow, gentle, present. Quick checklist for healthy post-shower drying. Use a clean, soft towel every time. Pat, not rub, especially on thin or sensitive skin. Be extra gentle around folds and moisture-prone areas. Moisturize within 3 to 5 minutes if prone to fungal issues. Keep a small towel just for feet or groin and change it daily. Also, keep in mind, what's comfortable has changed. What used to feel invigorating like a rough towel rub can now be irritating. That doesn't mean your body is failing. It means it's adapting. Supporting that change isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Your skin has served you for decades. It deserves a few extra seconds of care. Science from Johns Hopkins and UCLA. Clear risks: fungal infections, intertrigo, maceration. Real-life story. Helen, 68, practical, step-by-step guidance. You step out of the shower, dry off, maybe get dressed, and then reach for your body lotion. Seems normal, right? But here's what most women don't know. The moment you wait too long to moisturize, you lose the chance to truly hydrate your skin. After 60, that timing becomes critical. Your skin is like a sponge. When it's damp, it absorbs moisture deeply and efficiently. But as soon as water evaporates from the surface, especially in dry or heated environments, your skin actually becomes drier than it was before the shower. This is called transepidermal water loss, or TEWL. According to dermatologists at the Mayo Clinic at UCLA, TEWL happens rapidly within 3 minutes of stepping out of the shower. The longer you wait, the more moisture you lose. So, even if you're using a high-quality cream or body butter, you're applying it to skin that's already lost its hydration advantage. And after 60, when your skin naturally produces fewer lipids and retains less water, that missed window becomes even more important. Let's clear up a common misconception. Moisturizers don't add water to the skin. They seal in the water that's already there. That's why applying them to dry skin often leads to that greasy, but still dry feeling, because there's no hydration to trap underneath. The solution: apply moisturizer when your skin is still slightly damp right after you pat dry. Not dripping wet, not fully dry, just enough moisture left for the product to lock in. A viewer named Sharon, 67, said she always wondered why her lotion just sat there no matter how thick it was. Once she started applying it right after stepping out of the shower before dressing or doing anything else, her skin felt softer, less tight, and stayed hydrated for hours longer. She didn't need to reapply midday. One small timing shift made a huge difference. Let's talk about what kinds of moisturizers work best at this stage of life. Choose products that contain humectants like glycerin or hyaluronic acid, which attract water emollients like squalane or shea butter, which soften and smooth occlusives like dimethicone or petrolatum, which lock moisture. In these three components work together to hydrate from the inside out and keep it there. Also important, avoid heavily fragranced or alcohol-based lotions. They may feel luxurious, but they often irritate mature skin or evaporate quickly. Here's a practical post-shower routine that works. Pat dry, gently leave skin slightly damp. Apply moisturizer immediately, using upward strokes. Don't forget overlooked areas like the chest, neck, elbows, and backs of hands. Wait 1 to 2 minutes before getting dressed to let it absorb. This isn't about turning your shower into a spa ritual unless you want to. It's about making the most of the work your skin is already doing, because hydration isn't just cosmetic. It plays a central role in skin barrier repair, reducing inflammation, preventing flaking, cracking, and micro tears, supporting immunity. Your skin is your first line of defense after menopause. The skin's outer layer becomes more permeable, meaning it loses water more easily, but also absorbs what you put on it more efficiently. So that 3-minute post-shower window, that's your sweet spot. That's where transformation happens. Emotionally, this shift can feel like reclaiming something. Instead of rushing through your routine, you create a moment of care, a minute of attention, a small pause that sends a clear message: this body still matters. It's still worth caring for. And the best part? It doesn't cost anything extra. You're likely already using lotion. The change is in when you use it and how consistently. Small hinges swing big doors. Science from Mayo Clinic and UCLA explanation of TEWL and Moisture Window real life case Sharon. 67 product recommendations based on skin physiology. We often think that staying healthy and radiant after 60 requires big changes, new diets, expensive products, or a complex routine. But as you've seen, sometimes the most powerful transformations start in the simplest place: your shower. Not because the shower itself is harmful, but because your body has changed. Your skin is more than just a surface. It's a reflection of your hormones, your nervous system, your immunity, and your daily habits. And when you understand those changes, even something as basic as how you wash, dry, or moisturize becomes an active, intelligent care, not just routine. Let's recap what you've learned. Hot showers feel good, but they strip your skin of the oils it desperately needs. Soap, especially too much of it, can throw off your pH and damage your microbiome. Shaving sensitive areas like the bikini line or underarms, that friction adds up and may no longer serve you. Scrubbing with harsh tools isn't deep cleaning, it's deep damaging. Rushing the drying process or missing key folds in your body can lead to chronic irritation or even infection. And applying moisturizer delayed is a missed opportunity your skin can't afford. But this isn't about fear or guilt, it's about agency. You don't have to change everything overnight. Pick one habit this week. One shift that feels doable. Test it. Notice how your body responds. These are not beauty tricks, they're longevity habits. Because when you feel better in your skin, you walk differently. You sleep better. You show up for yourself with more ease.